Hello everyone, welcome to this video of Read Pressure Gauge, Temperature Gauge, Oil Level. Welcome. In this video, we will learn about the pressure and temperature gauge and to check oil levels of a hydraulic reservoir.
What is pressure gauge? The devices that are used for measuring pressure are called pressure gauges. Gauge pressure is the pressure relative to atmospheric pressure. For the pressures above atmospheric pressure, gauge pressure is positive. For the pressures below atmospheric pressure, gauge pressure is negative. The pressure gauge is also known as pressure meters or vacuum gauges. Most gauges calculate the pressure relative to atmospheric pressure as the 0 point. Hence, this form of reading is known as gauge pressure. Pressure gauges are analog as well as digital. The commonly used pressure gauge is Bourdon tube pressure gauge. The pressure-responsive element of a Bourdon gauge consists essentially of metal tube called Bourdon tube or spring, oval in cross-section and bent to form a circular segment of approximately 200 to 300 degrees. This tube has two ends, one that is free to movement and the other end is fixed. The pressure to be measured is connected from the fixed end and the free or moving end is connected to a pointer. In the case if the pressure is positive, the movement of the tube will be outward. In the case if the pressure is negative or a vacuum pressure, the tube moves inward and the pointer converts this inward or outward movement to read the pressure. The motion of the free end, commonly called tip travel, is a function of tube length wall thickness, cross-sectional geometry and modulus of the tube material. Temperature gauges measure the thermal state of a homogeneous substance. The measuring system must be brought as closely together as possible with the body to be measured. Types of temperature gauges. Bimetal temperature gauges. Temperature measurement is made by a bimetal system placed inside the thermometric sensor. The temperature variation causes the bimetal spiral or helix to rotate on its axis. Value of this rotation is then indicated on a graduated temperature scale. Bimetal thermometers are available for temperature ranges from 70 degrees centigrade up to 500 degrees centigrade. Inert gas temperature gauges. These gauges are made with a bulb sensor, a capillary and a case containing a tubular spring filled with a pressurized inert gas. Any temperature change causes a change in the inner gas pressure. This pressure variation is then measured by a Bourdon tube system and indicated on a dial with a scale with temperature units. Inert gas temperature gauges are available for temperature ranges from minus 200 degrees centigrade to 700 degrees centigrade. They are designed for heavy applications and can sustain severe shocks, vibrations, and resist to high ambient temperatures and humidity. Inspection is necessary for any machine or equipment where remarkable risk to health and safety may arise from wrong installation, reinstallation, or any other circumstances. The purpose of inspection is to find whether machine can be operated, adjusted, and maintained safely. The need for inspection and inspection intervals to be determined through risk assessment. The summary of inspection should be recorded and same should be kept at least until the next inspection of that machine. Machine or equipment that required inspection should not be used unless the machine has been inspected. Let us now see the function of inspection. Periodic inspection of machines and equipment as per checklist. Annexure 1. Keeping basic records of each machine and equipment. Preparation of list which need for repairs or spare for replacements. Analysis of inspection report and systematic review of reports of machines or equipment. Assigning of frequency of inspection. Hydraulic system. Any working or control system that uses liquid as the transmitting fluid is known as hydraulic system. The basic hydraulic system consists of the following elements: a reservoir to store the hydraulic fluid, a pump to provide fluid pressure to the system, a control valve to direct the flow of fluid, an actuating unit such as a cylinder, a suitable hydraulic fluid, piping or tubing to circulate the fluid through the system. To check the oil level of hydraulic reservoir, put off the hydraulic system, drain the oil from the reservoir, remove the inspection cover after unscrewing mounting. Locate and unscrew the suction strainer. Clean strainer with kerosene and blow it with compressed air. Clean inside of the reservoir thoroughly. Screw the suction strainer after inspecting it for damages. Replace inspection cover and gasket. Tighten mounting screws. Refill the oil in the reservoir after filtering the oil using mesh. Check for oil leakage through inspection cover. Confirm no leakage of oil. Check for oil level. Lubrication survey is a key part of a good preventive maintenance program. Preventing equipment downtime is directly reflected in increased productivity. The best guarantee for good maintenance is to follow the manufacturer's directives for the use of lubricants and greases. That is, identify the oiling and greasing points, select the right lubricants and lubricating devices, apply the lubricants. The manufacturer's manual contains all the necessary details for lubrication of parts in machine tools. Lubricants are to be applied daily, weekly, monthly, or at regular intervals at different points or parts as stipulated in the manufacturer's manual. These places are indicated in the maintenance manuals with symbols. How does a lubrication survey work? By points of lubrication, recommended LE products, application methods, drain or lube intervals, special remarks. The material is compiled and a report is returned with the recommended lubricants for all your equipment included. Estimation is the method of calculating the various quantities and the expenditure to be incurred on a particular job or process. In case the funds available are less than the estimated cost, the work is done in part or by reducing it, or specifications are altered. The following essential details are required for preparing an estimate: drawings like plan, elevation, and sections of important parts, detailed specifications about workmanship and properties of materials, etc. A cost estimate contains approximate cost of a product, process, or operation. The cost estimate has a single total value and it is inclusive of identifiable component values.
In this video, we learnt about a pressure gauge and the working principle of Bourdon tube pressure gauge, types of temperature gauge and their range, working and requirement of lubrication survey to check the oil level of the hydraulic reservoir. Thank you for watching.